Okay, so I just picked a job title. We have a tool that we have access to, and a lot of the reports that are run in our region use this particular program, but I just use cybersecurity. So I picked a job title called Cyber Information Security Engineer or Analyst and did a little kind of a snapshot of what's going on within this particular career area. So first, just starting off in terms of salary and kind of training. Usually the more training you have, the higher your salary. But a cyber information security engineer or analyst with a high school and when they say VOC training, that means maybe a student that has completed a certificate, would have a median salary of $82,000 a year, which is incredible in terms of pay. If you go on to do the associate's degree, a few $1,000s more would be your median salary. And with a bachelor's degree, even higher at $95,000. So what I did is I used this tool to sort of do a snapshot of job postings that have happened within the last 12 months. Well, within the last 12 months, there's been some pretty wild things happening in the job market. So I did do kind of a comparison to see that job posting number down there in the lower left of 25,028 positions. So for the job title, Cyber Information Security Engineer Analyst, within the last 12 months, there are 2,500 postings within San Diego, Carlsbad metro area. So that's our San Diego County area. Huge demand. So that shows very, very high demand. They talk about it with regard to level of demand. This is very high. What I also did, though, just for the gut check of COVID, is I tried you can't run this particular report that way, but I did it for just the last 6 months to sort of say, okay, let's see how COVID has affected those numbers. So my number of positions that actually posted within the last 6 months are 1107. So you would imagine if it were right on the money and be about half, but it's just a little bit less, which compared to other industries is holding pretty good. So the COVID balance of that is fairly good. So pretty awesome from that standpoint as well. Then if you look at all those job postings, the 2,500 job postings, years of experience and education level, this little bar graph shows you that you have some entry level positions available. So of those, you can have an associate's degree and still kind of potentially expect to have entry level for 17% of those jobs. At the bachelor level, about 45%, master's degree and doctorate, it goes down from there. So bachelor's is definitely the preferred. I'm sorry, I'm doing years of experience. Generally speaking, a bachelor's degree is kind of what they're looking for. That's the second graph, the education level graph. About 80% are looking for that bachelor's, but about, a pretty small sector would take an associate's degree, but even 12% having that entry level ability. And then the years of experience graph, again, 0 to 2 years of experience, about 17%. 3 to 5 years of experience is really what they're looking for, but there are some entry level opportunities. So it's pretty cool from that standpoint. And another really positive one is that the projected growth over the next 10 years for this particular job title is 28.4%. So that's pretty incredible. I'm going to just go on to the next slide, and then I'll take some questions just about this. So the Cyber Information Security Engineer Analyst is kind of the center of this graph, and the ones that are closer. So when Steve was talking about different kinds of related jobs that you might potentially look for, things like network engineer and architect or computer systems engineer and architect, those are a little closer to a cyber information person. Whereas maybe if you're getting into telecommunications or network administration, it's a little further away, but still kind of in the same related field. So lots of incredible opportunities. I just chose one particular job, and that's just one branch of CSIT. There are other job avenues, business information worker, somebody who is doing more network maintenance and work and that kind of thing. Just all kinds of related potential jobs, but a thriving industry. So a really great opportunity in terms of ability to work and find work in this particular area. Before I go on just to talk about career services, anybody have any questions about these couple of slides? Feel free to throw them in the chat or to just unmute yourself. No questions? Okay, I'll keep going. So the Career Center obviously is here to support you on your pathway, and you know, many of you are at all different places in your academic journey. So if you're still kind of on the fence and unsure about your major, we have the first two kind of bullets there are really about assistance with what we call career counseling. And a career counselor is the person who can help you if you're really uncertain. You know, I'm not sure what I want to major in. I'm not sure what I'm good at, you know, just sort of trying to do some self-discovery to do assessments to figure out what's the right career pathway for you. And the career pathway helps you to lead to what's the right major for me. Maybe you're even a step past that and you've decided, hey, I really want to do CSIT, but I don't know what kind of job, you know, is network administration more interesting, cybersecurity, data analytics, yeah, you know, kind of there's all different kinds of potential career paths. So you have to kind of untangle that a little bit too. So having an appointment with a career counselor is a great place to start if you find yourself in one of those particular areas. I can help you with that. If you're interested, you can just connect with me after or throw a message in the chat and we can connect to get you in front of a career counselor. It's a great way to sort of get in that discovery process, but really to make sure that you're on the path that's going to lead you toward meaningful and fulfilling work. Once you're on your way, kind of, again, what Steve was talking about earlier is that we can also help you toward pursuing an internship. So it's the best way to test drive a career, see if it's the right thing for you. I've had the privilege to mentor about 25 different interns, primarily in the business area during my time at MiraCosta. And I've had a couple students that have said, I do not want to do this for my career. And I applaud that because it is that you have found that you're determining that early on in your academic journey and you can make a turn, do something a little bit different. So maybe you're on the fence about a couple different potential jobs or career areas. That's a great way to make sure that you're on the right track before you go on to your bachelor's degree, if that's where you're headed. And then maybe you need a job now. Maybe you're in a situation where you have had COVID circumstances have made it so that you need a part-time job, or you're ready to kind of enter into your career area and you're branching out for that first professional type job that's related to your field of study. We can help you with all those kinds of resources to do preparation, and we have a system, we call it JANE. It's the Job and Internship Network, but it's kind of the starting place for jobs, internships, on-campus opportunities, virtual opportunities these days, but lots of different possibilities to assist you. So we're here to help and happy to support you in as you kind of discover your path and figure out what your direction might be. Anybody have any questions about the career piece?